I'm not threatening you. Say one more word, and that's 30 days. 30 days.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Sovereign Citizens Hall of Fame with your boy TP. Today we are courtroom hopping back into the courtroom of Judge Phyllis Webster out of the state of Kansas. This is only going to be my second time in one of her proceedings. The last time I sat in one of her proceedings, she did a very good job with the sovereign citizen that was before her. So I don't really expect anything less of her on today. But who knows? We will see. And also to give you guys a heads up, this is going to be a 2-appearance proceeding. So we will have both appearances in this video. So with that being said, guys, I'm excited to see how she handles this case and handles this sovereign citizen before her. So without further ado, guys, let's jump into the proceeding.
We are on the record in 2024 TR 617. Sir, you may need to scoot over a little bit to be picked up by that microphone. I'm not sure, but sometimes you have to be in the middle with it. Mary Ann Shirley appears for the state. Are you Abel Estrada Jr., sir?
Yes, if I may, can I make a statement?
No, not yet. Okay, sir, you are charged in count 1 with on or about the 21st day of August, 2024 in Greenwood County, state of Kansas. Then and there, contrary to the statutes of the state of Kansas, unlawfully operating a vehicle, to wit, a 2011 GMC Acadia, upon a highway which does not have the signed license plate. I think they mean that the vehicle didn't, not the highway, but your vehicle did not have the assigned license plate properly affixed to the rear of the vehicle, showing the current registered year. And this is an unclassified misdemeanor. It is punishable by up to $2,500 in fines and a possible sentence of up to 6 months, 30 days minimum, up to 6 months, although probation is usually granted. Now, sir, did I not just have you in municipal court recently on the same charge?
Yes, and I don't understand why am I seeing again, because that would be double jeopardy. I'm saying for the same.
Sir, you haven't been tried on it. You
I
just
have,
had a first appearance on it. And
I have,
apparently the city prosecutor must have dismissed it and refiled it over here for whatever reason, I know not. But as I recall, your plea was not guilty. Is that still your plea?
yes, but I'm here to make a separation between my name. My name is Abel Estrada with low caps. This name on the top, I don't know if you can see it. This name on the top is my straw man. I am the man, and this is the straw man. So if you're calling the straw man, I'm here to represent the straw man, but I'm Abel Estrada Jr., the man, the living man.
I'm calling the living man.
So
Right. So are you going to have an attorney? Are you going to need to apply for court-appointed attorney, or will you be waiving your right and representing yourself?
no, of course, I wanted to have an attorney, but I still have not made my statement, which is,
Are you going to hire an attorney or apply for court-appointed?
I cannot afford an attorney, but I need to make my statement that
Let me get a few things worked out, sir. You're going to apply for an attorney, so you'll need to fill out an application for court-appointed attorney, and the deputy down there can give that to you. Make sure you fill that out and get that back to me before this hearing is over. Make sure you fill in all the blanks and you sign it and you date it where it says to, because I generally don't consider those if they're not thoroughly completed. And then you call back to my assistant, Missy, later in the week to see if one is appointed and who that will be. Do you need Missy's number, or did you take it down earlier from the other hearings?
no, I don't have.
All right. Missy, do you want to give him your number?
620-583-8155.
And then Missy, when is his next court date?
Well, I haven't explained my position.
Sir, we're not gonna have a trial today. You're gonna need to talk to your attorney before you have a trial. So Missy, when is his trial date?
I wanted to move,
Sir, please do not interrupt. Missy, when is his? And we won't set it directly for, do you want to set it directly for trial, or do you want to set it for a status so I can
I
check
don't
in with you after you talk to your attorney?
I don't know what the status means.
Well, let's set it for a status, Missy, or control.
November 22nd at 10.
You, sir, will need to be back here by Zoom November 22nd at 10 a.m. Are you on bond? Let me check.
Why would I need a bond?
Complaint, probable cause. There is no bond on the file, and it is an unclassified misdemeanor. So I'm not going to make you file a bond since it's an unclassified misdemeanor. If you fail to come to court, though, most likely a warrant would be issued anyway, and you'd be taken into custody. But as long as you come to court when you're told to, that's not going to be a problem. So you're going to call and get your attorney, or find out if you have an attorney.
I haven't given a chance to
You do not need a bond, and you have your court date.
Number one, I want to move to a motion to dismiss this case because I've been tried for this, and I have the license plates, both license plates. I was not driving anything unlawful or illegal. I'm living in the private. I'm driving in the private, and so I want to move for dismissal with extreme prejudice. And also, I want to make sure that you understand that I want to keep all my constitutional rights. So far, my constitutional rights are being trampled over right now by yourself because you're not giving the chance to speak. I have not given the chance to speak. You're just going over and over, and I'm requesting that you remove this case because this is double jeopardy. I already appeared in court for this thing. I have not been given the opportunity to explain myself. I want to keep my rights, and I haven't been able to keep my rights. You yourself and the lady on the other side signed a oath of office to uphold the Constitution of the United States, and I'm not being given those rights right now, man. I respectfully request that you honor my rights. And I want to move for a complete dismissal because it's double jeopardy and I already appeared in court.
All right, well, I did give you the opportunity to speak. You were speaking, not I, not Miss Shirley. And so I gave you the chance to say what you want to. If you want to talk to your attorney can help you put together the motions that you've kind of implied, at least, if not outright said you want to pursue. But we will take that up on the date that I gave you to reappear.
I'm sorry, it's breaking up. You said you're gonna take what up to do what?
I can take up any motions that you want to file at a later date. With the next court date, we can revisit any motions or visit any motions you want me to consider.
I appreciate it, thank you.
You're welcome.
Being dragged on so much and I have a hard time moving around. As you can see, I'm disabled and I only come here once a week to the hospital to be treated, and all this court is putting a lot of stress, and I'm not able to heal properly. Why are we dragging it up so much, ma'am?
When did you get this disability? I don't remember you being unable to walk the last time I saw you.
I came in my bike is right here. I have it right here. I don't know if you can see it. But I normally use a walker in a wheelchair, but I'm using the other one because it's easier to carry in the car. It's what's it called? It's knee scooter. I have 2 amputations on my feet. So ambulation is very difficult. I'm having a lot of pain. In fact, I'm under medication right now. I don't have a clear mind, just so I can be here because it's too painful.
Well, that's why you need to call back here. You don't have to come in person. Call back here or have your wife or helper, whoever that is with you, call for you, and Missy can tell you if you qualify for an attorney and who that attorney will be and how you can get a hold of that attorney before your next court hearing. We did give you the date of that court hearing. You will need to be back here for that, but you can do that by Zoom. You don't have to even leave your home to do that, as long as you've got a clear signal that allows us to communicate. So you're always welcome to come down there to the courthouse like you're doing now, but you don't have to, as long as you can communicate by Zoom. And remind me, what town do you live in, sir? Are you from Kansas?
Yes, I'm in Howard, but even last night, when I got the letter from the sheriff, they brought it to me at 5 o'clock last night. I didn't even know.
All right, well.
So it wasn't improperly served. I got it like literally last night. I'm trying to get people to come in, and I don't have the time. I don't have the ability to move that fast, and so
you were just complaining a moment ago that this case wasn't moving fast enough, that we were dragging it out. So there you go. Move it too fast, you say.
Yes, but it's dragging on because it should be dismissed.
Judge, I need to withdraw from this case.
Your Honor, Mr. Estrada filed pro se, I do believe. Well, I know it was pro se filing.
Well, I do notice he's taken a number of filings in his own right without going through counsel. Mr. Estrada, you come back to my recollection, we've met in city court, correct?
Yes.
And now this is that tag and suspended license?
No.
No,
It's a tag issue, Your Honor.
Just the tag, Your Honor.
All right.
I believe Mr. Paul is requesting to withdraw based upon the essentially sovereign type citizen claim followed by Mr. Abel.
Well,
Mr. Estrada, excuse me.
And also, there's been a total breakdown in communications, Judge. He files his own motions. I cannot represent him.
He's okay. All right, Mr. Estrada, you were appointed an attorney. Apparently at one point you wanted one, or maybe we gave you one and you didn't want one.
No, that's not it.
Excuse me?
I'm sorry, that's not it. He's not, Richard Paul is not seeking my interest, and I put everything in the affidavit. He's not representing me. He's actually judging me before, just judging me before I even go into court. He's not listening to my paperwork, so he decided he doesn't want to represent me. So I still need to be represented.
Well, Mr. Paul, you're allowed to withdraw.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Is this the last case you have on the docket?
Until 11, Judge. I have an 11, so I'm just going to mute myself and.
That'd be fine. All right. Now, I think you are going to have the same problem with any other attorney that you had with Mr. Paul. Mr. Paul, from this court's experience over the years, is a very competent, diligent attorney. Now, sometimes attorneys have to tell you their opinion of what's going to happen. And you may or may not agree with their opinion, but you do still want an attorney.
I do. I do need an attorney because I don't know how to defend myself with this court. And also, I have a thread of the communications that you can see it. And I'm not getting represented correctly. I'm sure he's a competent attorney, but I proceeded to give all my information, all my laws, and he
All
doesn't.
of your what? Your laws?
The laws, the Constitution.
Your Honor, Your Honor, could I say something, please? Mr. Estrada, every attorney who the court can appoint to represent you, one, I don't want to see, and I'm sure the judge is the same way, I don't want to see any kind of communication thread between yourself and Mr. Paul, because there could be confidential, well, I'm sure there's confidential and privileged information within that, and you shouldn't be disclosing that to me. That's between you and any attorney you so choose to have represent you. But I believe most attorneys, or all attorneys that the court has available to appoint to you, they are sworn to uphold the Constitution of the United States and the state of Kansas, and not what you filed. That's the attorneys didn't go to your law school, which is kind of what you've set forth. So that's the issue the court's talking about when you're claiming a sovereign citizen. We don't have an attorney who's, I guess, registered to under your rules and laws as you see them. So that's the problem you're going to be running into as far as the attorneys the court has to appoint to you. I said that correctly, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Dean.
I like to say that I'm not a sovereign citizen. I'm just an American, and I'm just being constitutional, and I'm not doing anything. I'm not breaking any law.
Well,
So
sir, you said the attorney wouldn't accept your laws or follow your laws.
no, that's not what I said. I
Okay,
said
what
that.
did you say? Because I thought you said you were trying to train him on the laws, in essence.
No, I don't. I'm just presenting the law to
All right.
him, and he doesn't even read my documents that I presented, which is the law.
Did you go to law school?
No, ma'am.
He did, you know that.
Yes, I understand, but he's not being constitutional. That's what I'm saying.
But you didn't go to law school, so are you sure you know what being constitutional involves? I mean, we all can read the Constitution and understand, yes, but there's a lot involved in interpreting that. Do you understand?
I understand what you're saying, ma'am. All I'm saying is that he's using case law, not constitutional law. And he didn't see all my paperwork. He just ignored it. He just blew through it and then gave me the wrong dates. I presented all the documents, and he didn't even look at it and ignored the paperwork.
All right, and let me ask you this. You are wanting a trial on this illegal display of a license plate or failure to display, right?
Well, no, I like to address. I'd like to first, if we possibly, we can a motion to dismiss with a strict
We're
prejudice.
not going to do that today. All right, I am going to one more time appoint you an attorney.
Your Honor, could I make a request to the court on this matter?
Sure.
This case carries a maximum sentence of 30 days. Doesn't even have an eligibility or requirement that he be provided an attorney.
Well,
I'm just
there's
saying,
potential jail time.
I would like to have if the court wants. I understand if the court wants to appoint an attorney. Absolutely, don't dispute that. But under the circumstance of the defense that's wanting to be presented, I would ask the court to appoint somebody. I get Mr. McClendon still available.
That's just what I was thinking. He's here in town.
We set this next hearing, give sufficient time, perhaps 60 days, perhaps longer, and we just have it set for a bench trial. And if he doesn't want to cooperate with that attorney, the state would be asking for the court to proceed to trial, whether or not he can get along with the second one or not.
Well, it seems we're on the same page of thinking, counsel.
Mr.
Yeah.
McClendon is in the waiting room.
Mr. McClendon,
I can bring him in.
bring him in. You're in Howard. He's got an office here in Eureka.
Mr. Estrada believes in Wichita. You're
I thought, didn't you tell me you were in Howard?
I'm in Howard.
No, my mistake. I might have been on one of the notary stamps.
Well, you let Kit Collins in. Does Kit Collins want an appointment?
Oh, no, Judge, I just let all the 11 o'clocks in.
Okay. Mr. McClendon, could you join us for a moment? Were you in city court the night that Mr. Estrada, the gentleman under Motorola, had the tag violation?
Yes, Judge.
Um,
You pointed me to his case briefly, and then Mr. Watson and I had a discussion and figured it'd be more proper for a district court case.
will you take the appointment if I give him back to you?
I guess, Judge.
All right. So you two have already met Mr. Estrada, right? The good news was he got it dismissed for you in city court, but the bad news is for you, it's back in district court. All right, so do you agree, Mr. McClendon, that we ought to just set it for bench trial, or maybe, or do you, what do
We
you
could set
want
up
to
a
do?
bench trial, Judge. I'm familiar enough with the case.
Okay. He has filed some pro se motions. Okay, Missy, give me a trial date, please.
We can resolve those motions at trial, Your Honor.
Sure. I just want to let Mr. McClendon know.
How about January 3rd at 11?
January 3rd at 11.
Well, guys, we have come to the end of our two proceedings with Mr. Abel Estrada Jr. Definitely was a little much to handle, but I think Judge Webster did a great job. And it was also comical to see some of the looks that she had on her face when Mr. Estrada was talking. But as we can see with the first attorney he had, he couldn't wait to, be excused from this case. It seems like there was a lot of frustration there. When you listen to both of them, it seems like there was a huge breakdown in communication. And I know some of you guys out there say, of course it is. He's talking his sovereign citizen lingo and things of that nature. But he was given a second attorney. And as we can see, this guy was familiar with him and he didn't really seem too enthused to represent him as well. And you heard what the prosecutor said. He said, listen, I don't think anybody that we give him is going to be good for him because they're not going to be willing to practice law how he would like them to practice law. And I believe that Mr. Estrada, he confirmed that, right? When he said, oh, that other guy was practicing case law and not constitutional law. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this goes in January. We will definitely follow up on this case. Once again, Judge Webster did a good job. Hopefully, Mr. Estrada gets this case taken care of and follows whatever rules he has to follow and does what he has to do. Because if you noticed in the first proceeding, he was saying that he was dealing with some sickness and this and that. So, if I was him, I would be trying to get out of this as soon as possible. But I'm not saying that, if he feels he has a case or something's been done wrong against him, that he should just do anything just to get out of it. But definitely doing the sovereign citizen thing is not going to make this thing go any faster. But with that being said, guys, once again, thank you for joining me. This is Sovereign Citizens Hall of Fame. And until the next time, guys, for now, court is adjourned.